LSL is actually good. I think they're in first place,
And
but
Palma.
it's too early. It's too Palma is good too. It's too early. That's the thing. I don't think they're gonna finish last place, Monterey.
Mm-mm.
But North Salinas, they might come in third, maybe second. They do have a lot of returners, so
Okay.
Ugh.
All right. Well, let's do this.
Let's do this. Week number 7. Coach Andrew, can you hear me?
I can.
All right. Well, as you know, today is September 30th, and yesterday, September 29th, we published the nomination page for the GSF Senior All-Star Games.
I saw that.
Yeah, we
That's
got
amazing.
we got like about 22 so far
Oh,
athletes
really?
nominated. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Dang,
And
already.
I already know all these 22 players are in because of they're GSF guys. They're GSF athletes. We've seen them. We've
Nice.
covered them. We got the connection going. Sometimes it's all about connection, guys. So you gotta connect. Anyways, we got the prediction segment coming up. Ever so popular prediction segment. Your favorite segment of all time.
With your
Are you
favorite
ready,
people.
Coach? Are you
I'm
ready?
ready. I'm ready.
Let's go.
GetSportsFocus is brought to you by Summit Partners, leaders in growth equity investing. Ike's Lovin' Sandwiches, championship level sandwiches every single time. Nachos and tacos your way, the official caterer of GSF special events. Exios, the official trading facility of GetSportsFocus. Gains and Shreds Meal Prep, making eating healthy easy. And by South Bay Construction, a reputation built on trust.
Let's do this.
All right. So a little bit of a review from last week. Your Mitty Monarchs did their thing. Congratulations to Lazaro Faraj Washington, our GSF Weekly Week 5 Offensive Player of the Game. Offensive Player of the Week. We decided to give it to him instead of Deuce Jones Drew because he made more of an impact in the game than Mr. Jones Drew, who scored 6 touchdowns, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's
Still,
some
still
insane number.
amazing.
But that's De La Salle, right? De La Salle versus St. Mary's. This is Mitty versus
SI.
SI. Yeah.
Right. That was a. I saw a lot of the what is it called? I saw a lot of the highlights, man, and his stat line was really good. And that was a big game because I think I said it last week. I was like, just don't make it a close game because that's usually when they lose it. And they didn't. It wasn't a close game. They kept it
Yeah.
far. I was like, winning,
We
winning.
still winning.
We
Where's
still
Stunneman
win.
at? Where's Stunneman at?
Oh, want to know. Want to know. I can't say that. It makes me sad.
Well, his Sacred Heart Cathedral set a record for
Did they
scoring
really?
71 points against the
Yeah.
Bellarmine Bells.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
uh
something's got to change over that. And I don't think it's a. I think there's a lot more to it, but we'll talk about that when we get to the Bellarmine matchup. Are we even
cool.
covering? Are we covering that? We
Of
are
course,
covering
it's a
that.
it's a WCL game. How about
Oh,
them
that
Serra Padres getting their first win of the season against the Valley Christian Warriors? We actually picked Valley,
we did.
and yeah, they kind of gave me a hard time, but not really. It was a it was a very interesting game to begin with. Like the start of the game, like they scored twice and got called back. I was like, okay, here we go again. All these touchdowns getting called back, all these great plays getting called back. What's going on? And then they got it together, and everything was smooth sailing from there. But Valley Christian, they were missing Lasavion Carr, their probably their best receiver, and Colton Hyder, their
Yeah.
three-star national recruit. So what can you do? Well, you
Someone's got to step up.
yeah, or bring in a helicopter during pregame. Helicopter, helicopter. That's awesome. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I was freaked out. I didn't know what to do. I was like, that thing is too close. I'm looking at the exit. I'm like, I'm about to run. If that thing goes down, I'm running. So I don't know. It's just growing up in Philippines, man. When you hear a helicopter, it's like it's not a good thing. And even in San Jose, you hear a helicopter. It's like with the lights and everything.
Yeah.
But that was pretty cool. But at the same time, it was unexpected. I had no idea it was gonna happen. So it just kind of freaked me out. I was ready to run. I think I was telling one of the Serra kids, I'm like, I'll see you guys later. You know what sucks though? The helicopter got there and Valley Christian wasn't even on the field. What happened? Well, I don't know. They came too early. They came out too late. But I ran into Colin Johnson. Shout out to the Colin Johnson. Raiders. Texas, from VC to Texas to the Raiders. Well, he went to the Giants too, and another team. But it was good to see some alums supporting their team. But yeah, Sarah pretty much did their thing, and still trying to get used to some of the players. But I do like the freshman QB. I think um, I think he's going to do some damage moving forward. Caleb, Caleb's the other QB. He did fine. Um, I think as the season goes on, I don't know who's going to win the battle, but I would say Orr is probably a little bit ahead. He had a touchdown, first touchdown pass, and he looked like he belonged out there. So yeah,
Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, someone's got to step up over at Valley Christian. Sarah looks good. I mean, I think they need, like, I think we said it last week too. Like, they needed that game. They needed a win more than anything at this point because like they coming from like a really tough, like, I mean, they had a really tough preseason, really tough non-league schedule, and they didn't score a point for a while. So I think
yeah,
that says more about that. That says more for them than anything else. It's like, it gives them a lot more confidence to come out, and now they know that, like, things work. Things are working. It just, you just got to get like the wheels just got to start turning. So I think they're in a good spot, but we'll see this weekend. We'll
yeah.
see.
They have SI at home, 1:30 p.m. kickoff time. It's their homecoming. And I'm pretty sure SI is going to come out in full force. They really, really need a win to be in the mix. But Sarah, obviously, they got that confidence going. I did a post-game interview with Coach Walsh and Coach Darius Bell, the offensive
Hmm.
coordinator. So if you guys haven't seen that, haven't heard that, just listen to it because I had them they talked about playing freshmen on the team. They have three or four freshmen uh, on the
I
roster
think
that
so.
are playing a lot. Two of them started, so it's actually it was a good Q&A. So make sure you guys check that out. It's definitely something moving forward that a lot of teams are starting to do because they want to keep this talent in the program. So you gotta kind of have to play them, kind of give them the opportunity to shine
Right.
earlier than normal, right?
Right.
So, and speaking of shining, Michael Mitchell Jr. shining bright like a diamond. Hey, he he was really good. he played like the GSF player of the year.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
Four
saying a lot.
touchdowns. Four touchdowns. And they weren't easy touchdowns. They were like touchdowns that's like touchdowns, like boom, bomb. So
Bombs.
yeah. Bomb skiddy bomb.
Bombs kidding.
Yeah, so St. Francis, I think that game was actually a win for St. Francis. Why, you ask? Well, because they stood toe to toe with the mighty Crusaders.
They did.
Nobody expected St. Francis to actually put up a fight, except for me. I said it was going to be close. Hey, it was close up until the fourth quarter, 28-26. They were winning. I said it was going to be close, but what happened was they just fell apart. One mistake led to another. Too many, what do you call that? Delay of game penalties.
Mm.
So the flow of the offense was disrupted in a way. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's the quarterback situation where you got two QBs switching in and out. It's like
Hmm.
Serra, they have two QBs. But it didn't feel like the offense were in the same page. I mean, you're getting late
Delay games.
delay game penalties, like
Yeah,
multiple, like six or seven, something like that.
I feel like when you do that, like it makes it too hard to find like continuity. Like
Hmm.
that's the tough part about all of that is like when you keep trying to do things like that, like you're kind of setting up your team to fail. I'm not gonna say like failure, but you're setting them up to fail because at the end of the day, like you see that work in like higher levels of play. Um, but you don't really see that much with, you know, younger like levels because the game maturity is there, the game recognition is there. Like it's just easier for them to do it. And also it depends on how they practice too. Like that's the big one. It depends on how they practice because if they're good like with like doing things like that, then you know, then it's fine. I would just say like I'm not trying to like say too much about it, but it's like it's usually fine when you do that because they probably take the same amount of reps that they're supposed to take like, you know, during the week with everybody else. That's kind of like where I'm getting at with it.
Yeah. Well, it's also Riordan.
Right.
Riordan's probably the best team in the league right now. Uh, as in, like, look at them, talent, like every single position, depth, and all that stuff. They probably have the best team, and they're gonna gain three or four other guys this week. So
Oh
Perryon
yeah.
Williams activated, along with four other. I don't even know how many transfers they have that are gonna be activated this week, and that's just in time for this showdown with Sacred Heart Cathedral at Keys Stadium. Uh, so we can start with that, Coach. You want to start with that one?
Sure. We'll start with it. Which one are we starting with?
Sacred Heart Cathedral hosting the Riordan Crusaders. So one team had to fight for a win. The other team, they just unloaded 71 points against their opponent. Um, Now,
Well,
Sacred Heart Cathedral, they also have some transfers that are going to be activated to this week.
yeah,
I just don't know
so
who they are.
this is I mean, we're also looking at a Sacred Heart Cathedral team that has been what, the maybe the last 2, 3 years have been growing together.
Hmm.
Kind of like in the same position as like Reardon was like a few years ago. So
Yeah.
so this could actually turn out to be a better game than for sure than what Sacred Heart played last week. It will definitely not be that big of a blowout and lopsided, but they're also going to be carrying a lot of like they're going to be confident up the Yahoo. Sacred Heart is now with Reardon, like not saying that like they shouldn't be confident. Like they did play against a very good like St. Francis team. St. Francis team St. Francis gave them a run. Like it was what this it was close. It was a close
Yeah.
game. So if Sacred Heart's smart, my voice cracked. If Sacred Heart is smart, they're watching that game and breaking down that film very, very closely to see what worked and what they can do. And I'm pretty sure Sacred Heart has the players to do that. I think they do. And I think with that confidence of like putting down a team like Bellarmine, like if they carry that in, I think Sacred Heart could squeak out something. Could, could. You know what? I'll just go with it. I think Sacred Heart could beat Riordan,
Mm, okay.
but it's gonna be like a 1 to 3 point swing on that, like very, very close. It'll be
Mm.
like someone makes a mistake at the end. That's what I'm thinking. And I'll say the flip side for Riordan. I am gonna pick Sacred Heart, but like if Riordan wins this game, it's gonna probably be because of the same thing. Because they're very
Mm.
familiar with it. They're like these kids, like that area, like those kids are probably very familiar with each other.
They play with you. Yeah. 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 They're all everybody. They're all buddies behind the scene.
Yeah,
I
so
think.
I'm gonna go with Sacred Heart Cathedral, probably by like 1 to 3 points. And then but I'm gonna say like, and I'll asterisk it, but it's like Riordan could still. I mean, Riordan could probably still win this game, but if there's mistakes given, I think Sacred Heart Cathedral can capitalize it because we have seen Sacred Heart Cathedral like win games and capitalize on mistakes.
Mm.
And Riordan has made mistakes in games that they should have won. I think we've seen that in the last couple of years. In games that they have
Yeah.
should have won, they've made mistakes. So it's like if they play a flawless game, Riordan, then Riordan will blow this out. But if Sacred Heart, because to put 70 points, even if it is like a team, like even
71.
sorry, if it even if it is 71 points, like I don't think people really understand like actually like how hard that is to do. Like it doesn't even matter who you're playing. That's actually very, very hard to do. So they
They
must have
had
like
30. They had 6 touchdowns in the first quarter, I think.
right, everything had to have been perfect. Like you actually had to execute everything perfectly. And then to keep them scoreless, they probably went down the entire roster. So that is a bigger benefit than anything for Sacred Heart.
Mm.
That's why like I'm kind of leaning towards them because they probably went deep into that roster. So this was a longer winded like analysis, sorry. But Sacred Heart Cathedral, let's go. 3 points.
Wait,
1 to 3.
remember they don't have a big roster.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So everyone probably played.
Yeah. So, okay, before I make my predictions, this is my suggested game plan. I'll start with Sacred Heart. All right. Sacred Heart seems to be very conditioned. In order to
Yes.
score 71 points, everybody's got to be like 100% everything, right? I don't know
Right.
who's healthy. I don't know who's activated and anything like that. Nothing specific like that. But um, Sacred Heart Cathedral, take away the deep ball. You have a shot.
Mm. See?
You want to play man? You have a
You're gonna
shot.
get yeah.
Yeah, you have a shot. Even though Riordan's got some dudes, Sacred Heart Cathedral, you got guys that could probably keep up, at least for the half the game. Don't turn this into a track meet. Um,
Oh yeah,
Forget the
you'll
high scoring game. Play defense against Riordan because that's what St. Francis did. They played defense, and because they did, well, okay, they played defense for three quarters. Since they played defense, remember those big plays? Those were early. Those were like, whoa! I can't believe they did that. It was funny because Kyle Welch, well, before we talked to him, he was like 24, 21, 24. That was my prediction. Remember? I thought that was pretty funny. Then we started talking to him. But you know what? It these guys are very respectful. Like even though you do that and you predict against them, they're very they're very they're very polite in calling you out, unlike other schools, other teams. So, but I thought it was pretty funny because we did interview him, and he had some really good things to say. Very positive. These kids are smart, coach. I'm very impressed. It's almost like they have a media training because the way they talk, like they talk to the media like young professionals, which is very refreshing. So, Sacred Heart Cathedral, I think you do have a shot if you take the deep ball and if you play play defense. Offensively, you should be able to score against Riordan because they don't play very good defense. Riordan, on the other hand, you have all the tools in the world. Um, wear them out. You got Brown, maybe use another running back, just grind that puppy. You don't need to go for the deep bomb against this team because guess what? They're going to take that away. So you run, you run, you run, and boom, you do a play action, whatever, and get them on the short yardage plays offensively. Defensively, yeah, you guys just need to play defense. Want to see some picks because Sacred Heart they're gonna try. They're gonna test them. They're gonna go deep. They're gonna go. They're gonna do they're gonna do trick plays and all that. Play defense. Get your best guys out there. I know Perion is a cornerback as well, so he might get some time. You know who I like in Riordan, number 25, Enix, Enix. He's a
Phoenix.
dog. Tia, dog. Jones, dog. Man, they got some dogs. They do have some freshmen too playing. Riordan does, so keep those guys in. But play defense against these guys because these guys are gonna touch you guys. They're gonna score on you, and before you know it, it'll be like 56, 52, and the game will be decided by the kicker. So with that, my prediction is gonna be Riordan in a close game. Um, it'll either be a very high scoring game or it'd be a very low scoring game. But I think Riordan should run the ball more against these guys and just outscore them, play defense.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Uh let's go to this one. This is interesting. Valley Christian at Mitty. It depends. I
it
really would
it
like to know. I know it's only Tuesday, but I really would like to know if Colton's going to be suited up or Lasavion because those two guys out, and there's a couple other guys that were not suited up. Some big boys that were not suited up. I think that's a game changer, right?
right.
So, but based on what I saw from Valley, um, those two ingredients,
Yeah. It
uh,
showed. It
oh
showed.
yeah, yeah,
It shows. Like that's the thing that's like kind of wild about it. Is like it really shows like that you well, I mean, you already got to look at it too. And this is nothing against them. Okay. Well, let me word that a little differently. It's different because they already have like a small roster. So there's really not a lot of drop off that you can have. So having somebody out really affects this entire roster. So it's like you got to
oh
be able
yeah,
to find you got to find people that can actually like, be in. You know what I mean? That's what makes
yeah.
it tough.
No,
So that's the
absolutely.
hard thing. So that's the tough one I would say about all of it is that
Mitty's got some. I don't know. They got some guys that could cover, right?
Mitty is playing out of their mind right now, which I love.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like when you have, and this is my thing, and this is why like I'm actually really really happy for them. I'm really proud of them as well. Um, when you have a player like Rowe, right? what does that end up doing for every what do teams end up doing? Like if you have like a standout player like that, like you want to key on that guy. But what does that do for everybody else? It opens everything else up.
Yep. Especially if you're a running back
Right. That's what I'm
doing
saying.
what he's doing. Hey, he can catch too. He could be a
He
McCaffrey out there too.
and he's hard to bring. He runs hard. He runs really hard too.
Yeah, he's a scary runner. Like it's like you really don't want a piece of him when he's
No,
in
you don't.
motion.
Not at all. So that's good job to them. So honestly, if you know, what, I was actually going to pick Valley this week. I was actually really like I was set on it. If they beat Sarah, I was gonna be like, oh, you know, they're probably gonna beat Mitty if they beat Sarah. But that didn't happen. That didn't happen. And it didn't look well. It didn't look good either on Valley side. So, and with how Mitty came out and played the way they did against I got to go back to my Monarchs, and I'm going to. And I think Mitty will beat them bad because of that. Like, I think it will be shoot if they, yeah, 42-6, Mitty. Yeah, sorry guys. You gave me some hope, and I thought you guys were gonna pull it out, but you didn't. So now I gotta really like now I really gotta bet against you. Replay this in your locker room. I dare you. Well,
Six points, really? Well, they did score only 6 points against it. So, and it was a
yeah.
keeper by Rome. Rome just couldn't find anybody open. Every time he went back, nobody was really open. And then when they ran, Serra just stopped, made stops. And uh defensively, though, I thought Valley did a pretty good job.
Did they?
They gave well, okay, they
Oh
gave up
yeah.
big plays. They gave up big plays. Um, but for the most part, Sarah's offense, they're still making things. They're still working on it. They're still working on it. So I don't think it's going to be a blowout like that. I'm gonna go with Valley.
Uh,
I'm gonna go with Valley. I think Valley is in a situation where they really need to win this game. They're on the road. Mitty is they're riding high. They're doing well. I'm not saying Mitty sucks or anything. I'm saying like I think Valley can win this if they are hungry to win their first WCAL game. Because if they don't, guess
it's
what?
gonna
You're
it's gonna be a
you're
long,
digging
long
yourself a
season.
hole. It's gonna be a long season because you haven't even played Sarah. You haven't even played St. Francis, um, and Sacred Heart and Riordan. So this is a must, must, must win for the Warriors. So I know I saw you guys lose last week. Guess what? I saw some good things. I'm gonna pick Valley Christian. I'm hoping Lasavion and Colton are suited up because they're gonna make a difference. Um,
Okay, so then
I
let
should
me
have asked.
yeah, so let me okay, so then let me rephrase it. If Colton and Lasavion play, then it will be a closer game. If they don't, I don't think so. Because
Okay.
if yeah, I don't think so. Like it's too much, right? Because you really take out like that's two targets for like a quarterback like Rome. Like Rome needs he's a quarterback. He needs people, right? You need that. I mean, their running backs at Valley. We've seen like I've seen some of their like plays. Like they're good, but then that's only two people. If you don't have anybody stepping up for Rome to throw to, like you can only do two things. Like, and that just makes it really really hard, right? So that's the only reason why like I would say like it would be a blowout like that if it comes down to it being exactly what happened last week against Sarah. You have those two back in the lineup, then no, it probably won't be a 42-6 game. It'll probably be a closer game. Mitty will still win this game, but it'll probably be like a 30, like a 30, like in like the low 30s and Valley probably close in within set, like within six. That's more realistic if those two players are playing. That's realistic. So I'll stick with that. But Mitty's still going to win this game, no matter what.
All
No
right.
matter what.
Well, prove us wrong, make us proud.
And
That's what
play
this
this
is
in,
called.
yeah, and play this in your locker room.
You just want your voice heard. All
I
right, here we go.
do.
Here we go. Okay, moving on, moving on. Let's finish up the WCAL. Congratulations to the St. Francis Lancers for winning their first game of the season. Advanced congratulations. I think they're going to win against the Bellarmine Bells. I don't know by how much, but it's probably not going to be easy because Bellarmine is activating a couple of key players on their roster.
They
But then
are.
again, Valley Christian is not Valley Christian. St. Francis is also activating a couple of players. I'm hoping Fifita is healthy enough to play. See, that's the thing. St. Francis, they were missing two players. I think, Fifita and Kaimani, I think they would have made a
Mhm.
difference against Riordan, but they weren't there and they lost. And so now they have to move on 0-4 against the Bellarmine Bells, who are 2-2. Um, they're gonna be mad. Oh, ho, ho. I would like to see Andrew Franzino play a full half and Drew Cumby play a full half just to see what happens. Um, those two are really talented QBs. One is a senior who I personally nominated to the GSF Senior All-Star game, and then the other one is a sophomore. Tall. He's learning. You could tell he's young because of how he's playing, but very, very talented. Similar
Mhm.
to Orr from Serra. So I would say yeah, I'm hoping Bellarmine would score a couple of touchdowns. Hayden Hill is finally going to play at QB. But this is just too much of a. It's a rivalry game at Bellarmine at San Jose City College. So the Bells are going to fight. But St. Francis is St. Francis, and even though they're the best 0-4 team now, they're the best 0-4 team in NorCal. Watch out! Hey, they're not dead yet. They're not dead yet. Riordan just slapped. So everybody thought St. Francis was dead, but then Riordan, they got away with the win. They escaped. That's kind of like how I call it. They escaped. And then they slammed the door shut on the Lancers. But guess what? The Lancers are at the doorstep and they're still there, like Michael Myers.
Nah, I don't know.
You picking the Bells?
Oh no. Oh no, I thought you were talking about the Bell. I thought you said Bellarmine was going to play better in this game.
I think they will.
I
They
hope
should.
so.
They should. They should.
I hope so. Like I would absolutely hope so. Because that was just not good. But I mean, yeah, like will so piggybacking off what you said, like, is this like with these guys that are getting, I guess this is the week where everybody's getting activated.
Hmm.
Are these guys gonna really like, are these guys gonna be that big of difference makers for all
Oh,
these teams?
I think so.
So okay
You're
then. So
talking.
then
Hey, you're talking about the transfer portal here, Coach.
I'm talking about the WCAL portal. You're right.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely difference makers.
So then if that's the case, then I think Bellarmine will still lose, but not by that much. This will be a big St. Francis needs to win this game. As
They
much
do.
as Bellarmine needs to win this game. They do. Both of them need to win this game. So, and it's holy war. This is one of the biggest rivalries in the entire league. Like even back when I was at Mitty, like even this game, like we would actually go watch this game because we had friends at both schools. So like I
Yeah.
had friends at both schools. So it was actually always entertaining to go and watch. Um, but I think who's won it? So St. Francis in the last 5 years has won it how many times now? They've won it.
Seven, maybe.
Yeah.
I think they've won seven in a row. Eight, maybe.
So maybe, I mean, I don't know. If Franzino plays a full half and he plays the way that he did against Riordan, and Riordan plays the way that they St. Francis plays the way they started last week and play that way the whole game,
Oh no,
then
no,
they
no. You don't want St. Francis to start the game like they did to
sorry,
Riordan.
not like that, like not like that. But
No.
like keeping it the way like just being able to like answer like how Riordan was playing. If they
Yeah.
can do that and start on a better foot, then they can run away with this game. They can. But the big question is how much of a difference are these activated players from Bellarmine going to make with this team? Are these the missing pieces that they needed to get this team going?
Well, let me just give you an example. I don't want to give away any kind of suggestions as far as like game plan or anything. Hayden Hill's got a really good arm. And if they can match what Reardon did in the first two drives and go deep downfield with Caden just airing it out,
Hmm.
they have a shot because I hate to say it, the weakness on the St. Francis defense is their cornerbacks. They're still young, they're still developing, they're still figuring it out. But that's how Reardon scored. They went deep.
Hmm.
But those guys are star receivers. They caught the ball with the Lancer defender on them. It was like, give me that. Mm, mm. That's how they did
Right.
it. Uh, does St. Francis does Bellman have that kind of talent in the outside? Maybe. The thing is, the quarterback, who's been getting him the ball? Not sure. But Caden, he can sling. So who knows? We'll see.
We'll see.
Um, yeah, we'll see. But yeah, not to put too much pressure on Caden Hill, but he he's talented and he's a junior. So this is his coming out party. He was at Valley Christian, left Valley because he wanted to be a Bell. Probably moved to did all that stuff. Um, yeah, so I will pick the Lancers though. Because at
I
the end of the
will.
day, the Lancers have Jackson Cahoon, Naya Alatini, Sean McCoy. These are all defensive guys. Yeah, they and hopefully we'll see Ken Ina on defense this week. And then they have Judah, who's the transfer from Bellarmine. He's gonna be playing against the Bellarmine Bells, his former teammates. Yeah, he's a big deal. He's an impact player. So I want to give a shout out to the kicker at St. Francis. She is a junior. Um, I don't even want to say her name because I might butcher it again. I'm not sure if I said her name right. But this girl kicked off after the first St. Francis touchdown and decleated Judge Nash to the sideline. Like, I was wondering, I was like, why is everybody all hyped? It's just a tackle. And then I look closely. Here's number 84. And
I
Judge
didn't
Nash
see
went,
this.
and everybody
I
went, oh, yeah. No, she's
I have
good.
not I have not seen this.
So here's the thing. Usually, female kickers, and this is just what I've seen in the past few years, there's been a lot of female kickers, but they're usually on PATs.
Right.
You snap the ball, hold the ball, she kicks the ball. This goes on kickoff. She's not punting, but she's on kickoff, which means she's in the line of fire. And she declared Judge Nash. I don't know if Judge Nash even knew that that was a girl that hit him out of bounds. But Judge Nash, what a stand-up dude! He's going to Harvard. You could tell he's smart, very intelligent, very humble. Looks like Kobe. Looks like a young Kobe Bryant. So if you ever wanna go into Hollywood and acting, and if they ever make a movie about Kobe, I think Judge Nash should definitely try out as a young Kobe Bryant. That's a compliment, by the way. Like,
That is a
dude,
very good compliment.
he looks like Kobe. I was like, man, this
Okay,
guy looks like somebody. I was like, it's Kobe.
it's Kobe Bryant.
I even texted Coach Adir. I was like, dude, Judge Nash, he looks like Kobe. And then he was
That's
like,
funny.
he wishes. Anyways, all right, moving on. Last WCAL game. Ooh, this is an interesting game. It's homecoming at Serra. They just had a big win against Valley Christian, which pretty much erased the first 3 weeks of the season. They're feeling good. They're back at it. They seem to have figured out a lot of stuff, but they're going to be playing SI. SI is like that splinter that you get.
Oh,
I believe the
yeah.
last three losses against SI were literally by 1 point. Like 1 point, last play or last drive. So I'm not going to count out SI on this one. I have a lot of respect for Coach Lawson and what they've done over there. Even though they haven't won as many games this year, it's hard when you have a new kind of like a new coaching staff. Definitely, as a new head coach, it's hard to put things together right away. It's not a plug and play kind of a deal, not in the
Right.
WCA yet. So I would say SI, they got some transfers too, and they're going to be activated this week. So I'm not going to count them out. I think this is going to be a close game. I know Sarah would love to blow them out of San Mateo back to San Francisco by the beach, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think SI is going to come in, they're going to be ready, and they're going to fight. And they're going to want to take this away from Sarah because they too need it. They need this win in order to stay in the race. They need this win. Sarah might overlook these guys. I'm kind of like thinking, oh man, they're riding high. So
Yeah.
is this going to
I
be a
don't know.
one score game? One touchdown, 1 point, field goal is going to be something like that. I believe this is going to be a game that is going to propel the winning team to be a serious contender in the
You
WCAL.
think this is going to be like this is a game that's going to like change like the outlook of like how the league's going to shape out? You
I
think this
think
is one of
so.
them?
Yeah, I think so. Because remember what we said, like, okay, does Riordan have this thing on lock? No. But I personally am predicting that they're going to go undefeated. But
Mhm.
somewhere along the way, someone might beat someone. And
Someone
Sarah,
might.
Sarah and SI are very capable of probably taking down Riordan.
Uh,
I'm going to pick Sarah, though, in a very,
yeah,
very close game.
I was going to say like you're probably going to pick Sarah on that one, and
Yeah, but I almost
I'm
picked
probably going
SI,
to too.
actually.
Well, I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick SI. I'm going to pick SI.
He's
I think
picking
they got it.
SI. It
Oh,
could
oops.
happen. It could happen. The thing is, like, I picked Valley because, man, I didn't know if Sarah had an offense. I didn't see it for the 2 games. I mean, went all the way to LA to see him get shut out by Bosco. So it was hard for me not to not to go with that. I mean, to go with it. It was. I had to go with Valley because I figured, okay, they're gonna have to prove me wrong, and they did. But this one, you're dealing with the defending CCS Open champs. It's still there. It's still lingering. I mean, remember, these guys are not. They're gonna try to live up to the accomplishments that they attained last year. So it's not gonna be
Uh-huh.
easy. Sarah's got the home field advantage, the sun. It's probably not going to be that hot, but the fact that they're playing on a Saturday afternoon is a big advantage. So that's why I'm picking Serra. So you're
I'm
picking
gonna go.
SI.
I'm gonna go with SI. I think just because like they also have players that are gonna start playing too. With
Hmm.
everybody. And I think we did see enough from them. They are a good. They are a good team, and this might be the week that like things like mix, like it meshes this week. Like new coaching staff, new system, everything's starting to mesh. Takes a few weeks,
Yeah,
and why not
absolutely.
do? And why not do it against a team like Sarah?
Yeah. A
But I
team
think,
that his yeah.
but I think it's gonna be close. I think because SI always has like I think both these teams have really good kickers, but it always comes down to like kicking. No, wait,
No.
does SI have a good kicker?
Sarah's kickers. This guy's going to be in the league.
Yeah, but you still have kickers on both sides, regardless.
I I'm
Actually, I
not
didn't
sure
know if
about
SI
SI. I don't know.
SI
I mean, he graduated
traditionally
last
they
year. They do.
traditionally they
Yeah,
always traditionally they always have a kicker.
they do.
So and SI is willing to like and that's what I love about like SI traditionally. Like I don't know how Coach Lawson's going to be with it, like how he is and his philosophy, but like SI will put the game on the line with their kicker. They've done it multiple times, and it could be one of those
True.
games. So I feel like it might end up being that. Like it can probably come down to the wire, and I think SI has to go for a field goal in order to win this game and shoot. And if Sarah gets in that same position, they can probably be on the other side of the 50 and win the game from a kick.
Yeah. No, Saul Marks is a five-star kicker, man. He kicked a field goal that was 48 yards, but it landed like freaking all the way to the fence at Valley. Scoreboard size. The scoreboard side. And I'm like, dude, I wonder what the distance is from where he kicked it to that. It's got to be 60 plus. And it was windy. The wind was blowing a little bit sideways.
Was it blowing? It
So
was. Oh, it was a sideways win.
it wasn't blowing in, but it was kind of blowing in sideways. So there's still, I mean, he booted that thing. It was crazy. It was what, the way that ball left the ground. It cleared the top of the uprights. I was like, I've never seen that before.
Well,
Definitely, yeah. I would love to see him at the All-Star game. Uh, I'm not sure where he's going to college yet, but Saul Marks, you are invited to the GSF Senior All-Star game. You got to beat Connor Cook. His record is 53 yards in game, during the game, in the rain and the wind. Oh, yeah. Remember that?
I do remember that.
All right, we have a few more games. Let's get through this. This is the game. This next game is a game that I wanted to do, but unfortunately, I don't want to get stuck on 680. But De La Salle is hosting Cathedral Catholic, and there's a lot of powerful dudes on each side. There's a lot of very fast individuals on each side. Quarterbacks pretty similar. Palmer and I mean De La Salle's they got a lot of weapons. If there's a team that can beat De La Salle this year in regular season, it's this team. Um,
Really,
yeah, I think so. I will pick Cathedral Catholic.
I will pick De La Salle.
Okay, moving on.
Simple as that.
Hey, okay, yeah, okay. I'll pick Cathedral Catholic. You pick De La Salle. Cool. We're square.
For
Pittsburgh.
sure.
Pittsburgh going to Los Gatos.
Okay, so I believe Pittsburgh's been playing very well lately, from what I.
They lost to Riordan a couple of
But
weeks
that
ago.
was, but that was like their last. I think they haven't lost since, right? Well, they've
Well,
only
they have
played like
a
one. They've only played
yeah,
like one other games.
they're 3-1 though. They're 3-1. Los Gatos, they're 2-2. They should have won the Aptos game, but I don't know what happened. I mean, Sam Whelan, I guess, is that good. Or not Aptos, SoCal. Um,
Yeah, they just beat Marin Catholic, and I think Marin Catholic's usually pretty good. No,
Not really. Not this year. I don't think
uh,
so.
am I thinking
McLean's
of
beat
some?
Marin Catholic, I believe. You know what? We're just. I'm gonna
No,
go
no,
with Pitt. I'm gonna go with
yeah,
Pitt.
really, okay.
I will go with Pitt. Um,
Who did they beat? They beat Bishop Minogue. That's who they beat. Isn't
yeah,
Bishop
that's a
Minogue?
that's a Nevada state champ right there,
Yeah,
defending.
so no, I'm gonna go with you on that one. I'm gonna go with Pitt on this one because they didn't lose by that much to Riordan. They lost by one score.
Oh yeah, no, they clawed their way back. So they have the capability to come back from being down, and but if Los Gatos can overcome the two losses that they have, uh, they should have won those. They should be undefeated. Los Gatos should be undefeated. They just couldn't close it out. But I think Pittsburgh, they're going to come into Los Gatos and clock this victory.
Yeah, I think Pitt's winning this game.
Okay,
Hands down. We're
sounds
square.
good.
We're square.
But hey, Los Gatos, prove us wrong.
Yeah, please.
We know a couple of Los Gatos playmakers that used to play on our GSF 707. And we gotta see. We're gonna see you guys soon. We're gonna see you guys soon. So good luck against Pitt. They're very young and they're very talented. So take advantage of the youth part. But I think, but yeah, I'm not gonna change. I'm gonna go with Pitt. So I challenge you, Los Gatos, to get it done. Prove me wrong, or prove us wrong.
Prove us wrong. I hope you do.
All
Because
right,
if you don't,
Willow Glen, and Overfelt. So we had Ricky
oh,
Bermudez. He was
okay.
our GSF Defensive Player of the Week, week 3, I think. Um, this is kind of like an offense, a good offense versus a good defense right here, Coach.
Hmm.
But I like how Willow Glen's been playing. They beat your Christopher Cougars. Are they still your Christopher Cougars?
I mean, I'm in the same city with them, so yeah, I guess so.
And I live close to Willow Glen, so you know what? I'm gonna go with Willow Glen on this. I think the offensive production for Willow Glen is in good hands with their running backs and their quarterbacks.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I'm gonna go with Willow Glen.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a little bit of, with Overfelt and Christopher last week. So they have what they need to, like, to just be in the game. I just think their numbers kill them a lot, and that's just unfortunate. Can't really do much with that. But I did watch with some of the kids here with Willow Glen. Got to talk to them a little bit about the Willow Glen game. Willow Glen is not as, like, they're good. They're a team to not mess with. Like, they will surprise you. They have that quarterback, like, played well, and they made plays when they mattered, and they'll capitalize on your mistakes like any normal team would. So I just think Willow Glen just has more firepower and more togetherness completely, like, as a whole. So I'm gonna go Willow Glen.
Okay,
Easy
I
peasy.
do like their QB though, Aiden. He was which tournament did he win? G4G won one of our GSF 7-on-7 tournaments, and Aiden was one of the quarterbacks. So it
Mm.
was it was good to see him compete at that. But I do like Aiden and how they conduct their offense. So um, I'm gonna go with Willow Glen. Cool. All right,
Yeah.
Willow Glen. This one I'll have you take this one. Monta Vista versus Homestead.
Is it because I'm from Cupertino?
Yeah, because you come from Cupertino.
This is, I mean, it's a hometown like game.
This is a rivalry game, is it?
Well, I mean, it's like an inner city. Like it's because I think it's like a joke. Like people from Cupertino won't know what I'm talking about. It's a joke because technically Homestead like sits on like the border of Sunnyvale and Cupertino, but they're considered on the Sunnyvale side. But people in Cupertino can go to Homestead.
Mm.
Like where I lived, where I grew up, like I could have gone to Homestead. My mom went to Homestead. So one of those things.
Do you know
But
who else went to Homestead?
who? But I feel like I know this. Oh yeah, that guy,
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. My dad went to Mountain View. I don't know why that's relevant, but it's not. It's not.
Well, all I know
No,
is Homestead's got a really bright field. It's
it's
every
new.
it's every photographer's dream to shoot
Yeah, it's
photos at Homestead.
it's
So
new.
I'm
It's
gonna pick
brand new.
Homestead.
I
Gonna
I am too. I used to, I believe in Monta Vista sometimes in track and field and in wrestling. That's about it. But I
all
don't
right,
know.
we're picking Homestead.
We're picking Homestead. I don't know too much about either of them. I just know like what I know about both schools. But I know Homestead has like, they have a good program. And Monta Vista has a program.
Wow. Okay. Moving on to the last one. I believe this is the GSF game of the week, but don't quote me on that. North Salinas Vikings versus the Monterey Toreadores. Is that what they're called?
Or
Or
I'm gonna
like the Toro.
yeah, can someone from that school please correct us because we're gonna butcher that.
I, I'm pretty sure it's Toreadores. Let's confirm. Anyways, while we're trying to confirm that, I do want to say that this we want to attend this game because we have friends over there. We have homies. We like going to games where we have homies. Um, it says Doris.
Oh.
It says Doris. Monterey Doris. Doris? Dores? I'm assuming it means matadores, like the
Maybe.
matadors. Yeah. Anyways, let me double check. I know for a fact we have Coach um Dustin from North Salinas. He's connected. Family of Athletes, FOA, that's what they're called. And I want to see Kai Serralde and all these guys play with pads on. Because I've seen them for the last 4 years. I've seen these guys on 7-on-7, and I'm like, you know what? I gotta see this guys with pads on. They're doing both teams are doing pretty good. I mean, they're what 3-2, 2-1, something like that. 3-2 for Monterey, 4-1's North Salinas. So I did come across a few players from the 7-on-7 circuit that goes to Monterey. So yeah, we're gonna do whatever it takes to get to your game on Thursday. Not sure how early we have to leave, but North Salinas, Monterey. I'm gonna go with North Salinas on this. Hopefully it's a good game, not a blowout or anything like that. But Kai Serralde, he's the QB that's been competing at our GSF 7-on-7 tournaments for the last 4 years. So super excited to see this dude uh, sling it out. And I know he's got a few guys on the team that also plays with him. So Yeah, should be fun. Monterey, man. Beautiful area, beautiful school. Looking forward to it. They have a really nice setting over there. I've been there once when Bellarmine played them in the scrimmage. Um, but yeah, that's my that's my pick. I'm going with North Salinas Vikings. FOA, baby. Let's go.
Hmm. That's a hard one. So
It
again,
is. It
like,
is.
because I mean, I've played against both in 7-on-7. I've beaten both in 7-on-7.
Yes, you have.
Actually, no, I take it back. I've only played GBG. I've never played against FOA. I actually never played against FOA, but I have seen them play. They're both
Mm-hmm.
very good. Like they're both very good teams. I think this. I mean, mm, I'm gonna. I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna go with North Salinas on this one. I'm gonna go with North Salinas. FOA, like, because every time that they played, like they have a lot. They have a lot of really good players over
They
there.
do, man. They're passionate about the game down there. It's like a it is what they call themselves. It's a family. They all these families they grow up together. All these kids they grow up together in the lower levels, and then they end up playing together, right? And I think that's why they're doing
Right.
well. I think that's why Salinas is doing well. I think that's why um Alisal is doing really well.
Hmm.
So um yeah, that's our pick.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that is our make us proud, prove us wrong segment. I think we ran a little bit longer this time because
That's
we had
okay.
a lot to discuss. But um, let's see. What else can we add to this? We're done with the prediction segment. So I'm waiting for it to get posted, the updated scores. I don't know who I think you're beating me by a lot because you've been on point this year so far. So um
Yes. I think it's because I have time to think. I'm
yeah,
just
there you
kidding.
go.
Has nothing to do with that.
Coach is dialed in. Girls flag?
Girls flag.
Yeah, girls flag. Been covering a lot of girls flag. And
It's getting
yesterday,
it's getting big.
yeah, yesterday, shout out to Miss West, Samara West from James Lick. She is our girls flag player of the week. They were 3-0 last week. They beat every single opponent. And Samara, the playmaker, the quarterback, the team leader, team captain, she's very good. So shout out to her. Michael Mitchell was our game changer, best performer of the week. I mean, he just shredded St. Francis with those deep balls. Um, yeah, we're gonna see hopefully Menlo School tomorrow against St. Francis. So that should be a good game. Girls flag. And Delmar Gunderson, I'm planning to be at your game as well. We'll see how the St. Francis Bellarmine game goes because you guys are going to be right down the street from San Jose City College. If St. Francis can put it away, you'll see me at your game. Save me a parking spot next to the field, next to the gate. There, I just revealed my plans for Friday.
There you go. I will be at the gym.
Yeah, coach got clients. He can't leave. So did you see Monday Night Football? Did you see the injury? Hill's
Yeah, I was talking
injury?
about yeah, I was talking about that with I forgot who I was talking about that with. There's been a lot of injuries this year
I
in general.
know.
Um
I mean, half the Niners are injured,
yeah.
or it seems like.
It seems like it. It's but all over the entire league, there's a lot of people that are getting injured, and I've talked to a couple of kids like out here as well. Like, everyone's injured. There's a lot of injuries popping up, and It really has everything to do with like preparation. Um, has nothing to do with anything else but that. Like it's all about preparation. And if your body's not ready, especially for like the impact, not just the impact, but for like the load bearing of like the change of direction of what you got to do, then it's gonna make your season miserable, really. Because there's ways to you can't avoid injuries, like especially like things like that, like unfortunately with Tyreek Hill, like that's something you can't avoid. But
Right?
something like yeah, like but these the ones you can are like the soft tissue injuries because there's actually a lot more of that more than anything. There's a lot of hamstring, a lot of calf issues. Like these are all soft tissue injuries that you could definitely like get ahead of by making sure like you train it right. Um, but some of these impact ones, you can also do them right by making sure your body's tempered. If you don't know what the word temper means, look it up.
I don't know what the word tempered means.
So you ever look at you ever watch this show called Forged in Fire? It's like Mason what is it?
Forged.
Forged in Fire.
I like that word forged.
Yeah, probably hear that in a couple of months.
Okay. Forged in fire. What about it?
It's a, it's like a blacksmith show, like where they create
Mm,
like weapons. So they so when you temper the steel, right, it'll become unbreakable. It's like the same thing. You got to temper your body. So you're pretty much unbreakable. But obviously like force can still break it, but it takes a lot. So if you didn't temper your body, oh, it'll just happen more
yeah,
often than you think.
I see. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of injuries in the last. It's happening consistently. Is it just because the competition level is like elevated?
Yeah.
It's
Oh
really
yeah.
going up.
Yeah. 100%. Like there's no way to like get away from that. It's competition has gone up. So that means like, how you train and how you get ready to play now, like that high intensity of what you would think about like 10 years ago of what you would see normally like in college and beyond that, you're seeing now earlier. So kids are training harder. There's more injuries to younger aged kids now, younger athletes. There's a lot more like severe injuries and a lot of soft tissue injuries, like with the younger population nowadays. I don't think anybody knows that, but that's what's been going on. So, got to figure out like how to get ahead of that as a parent and as coaches. Like, take your time to like research it, seek out help, figure out like how to keep up with what's going on and how like the entire landscape of sports as a whole is changing.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Something happened.
Something happened. All right. Well, like I said in the beginning, the GSF Senior All-Star nomination forms are live. So here's the deal. It's best if your coach actually nominates you because at the end of the day, at the end of the process, like your coach is gonna have to tell us, yes, that is an all-star player who deserves to be part of the all-star game experience. Parents are welcome to nominate their kids as well. ADs, teachers, and all that stuff. But it's all gonna come down to production. Like we want to make sure that we select real all-star players. But it doesn't matter what school you're from. Okay, doesn't matter if you're from a private school, from an A League school, B League school, C League school, as long as those
Great.
requirements are checked. Yes. Um, Now there's a difference between an A League running back and a C League running back, right? I don't know how many running backs we're going to take, but the earlier you get on the list, the better shot you have to be part of it.
Right.
And this goes for the girls too.
Uh,
Yeah. What else, Coach? Is that it?
Seems like it. I think something happened at my gym. I gotta
Uh-oh.
fix it now.
Coach Andrew gotta go. I gotta go to my game. Manala's got a soccer game today. Evergreen Valley College versus Piñata. Highlights coming right up. No, this is a big game. It's a must-win for both teams because whoever wins is probably going to win the league. It's one of those. Yeah, very important game. Anyways, if you guys want this shirt, hit me up. Student athlete. I know Coach Andrew wants one, but he's no longer an athlete. I mean, a student. He is an athlete.
I am always still a student. I am a student of the game.
Student of the game. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions about the GSF Senior All-Star Game, let us know. We're gonna publish the page with all the details, practice times, important dates, all that stuff. But for now, ball out.
Make us proud.
Have your coach nominate you if you want to have an extra game at the end of the year.